Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Bhareta Daffa from I want to present my last paper in language training centers. My paper, the title is Lack of Literacy Culture That Occurs in Indonesian. Literacy, what is that? Uh, Literacy is a skills in oneself where thus skills are default to reading, writing, and listening, and then lack of interest in reading someone can be caused by a several reason. For examples, lack of motivation to read, inadequate reading case, reading habits that may not have start at home. Increasingly, so because technology development and lazy attitude to develop to need needs to reading motivation. There are still many Indonesian who reads about things that don't need to be read because it's hard to read. Lack of interest in reading that occurs in adolescents and children class can also be due to the lack of proficiency and activity reading the book. Meanwhile, the library are also sometimes still limited in a new area in Indonesian. Technological development that occurs. One of fundamental challenges that must be need literacy is a reading habits, and then which we agree to get a reading interest and the literacy culture in Indonesian people is still very low. Nation Most Liberate Nation research results compiled by a Central Connecticut State University in 2006 ranks Indonesian 60 out of 61 countries in terms of literacy. While on the one hand, we can enter the top five for smartphone user in the world, and then that is one proof that literacy culture in Indonesian is very low because Indonesian reading is are very far behind while a people in developed countries the average time spent reading 6 until 8 hours per day. Strangely, Indonesians are able to spend 5 until 6 hours a day to play a gadget. Low illiteracy is a fundamental problem that has a very large progress for the nation. Low literacy contributes to the low productivity to the nation because this leads to low growth and ultimately has an impact on a low welfare levels. Some people don't understand that benefit of reading, so they aren't interested in doing it because this illiteracy culture is very very important to be developed by existence of the literacy. We can also uh, hone of language skills by reading. We can add to our insights. It can be seen uh, In today's technological development is the growing rapidly. The existence of gadget does not reduce the culture of reading. Instead, we as educate people should understand that in literacy cultures that it starts from reading, it starts from reading the comic, the reading a newspaper, reading a magazine, and then literacy, which literacy needs a motivation to do it. For example, I have a friend. Uh, my friends doesn't like read a book. I want I want to tell him about uh read read the book is so very funny. It's very happy. And then my friends uh I tell him uh the books are so many language, and then many lack of interest to read the books. And then literacy culture is a literary culture itself to do can be also done by writing, because it's reading uh, reading and listening. For examples to writing, you can read in the Wattpad, and then you can uh, writing in diaries, because writing is the lack of literacy. And then some people, in my opinion, to do understand of benefit uh, of reading, because what people today even prefer to go to mall, because rather than going to go to a library, even though this literacy culture has many benefits, starting from we can a process of vocabulary and insight. We can know more about many things. And then even we know that why are people to like a reading, because even reading we can also feel a sense of calm, and then free from the ferocity and hogs a new spread on social media today. Lack of availability of quality facilities and books, and then inadequately facility also have an important of influence of a lack of literacy cultures that occurs in Indonesia. These facilities include a library, old book, and then lack of collection of books in library. About inventory system, library the require, and then uh, long time, and often the cost of a new books cannot borrow immediately. In addition, the book of prose remains about system is cannot handle by a people who are less competent, making the collection of book from the library less than optimal in a various place in Indonesians. That availability of minimal quality books is also one of a reasons people are lazy to read the books. Uh, I have one quote who motivates to you to read the books. Strengthening literacy culture is the key to advance this country. From Lenang Manggala, founder gerakan menulis buku Indonesia. Thank you. Uh, See you later in more videos.